Hello. Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday to you all. Hope you're all having a good week so far. It's midweek. We're halfway there. Halfway to the weekend. But yeah, hope you're all good. Hope you're all doing well. It's Wednesday. That means it's Crystal of the Week. Good morning, Angela. Hope you're well, sweetheart. Good morning, Dawn. Hope you're well. So this week, it's all about Lapis Lazuli. It was in the center of our grid on Monday, which is still going strong in the front of the shop. Solutions. I had to think there, what was the grid for? Solutions was the theme of the grid. So we are here today to talk all about Lapis. As always, we delve into the science of Lapis as well as the spiritual. It's always important when we're working with crystals to know about the background, to know about the chemicals, to know about the Mohs scale, to know about the crystal structure. It's part of it. So many people nowadays are teaching crystal healing and are barely touching the surface of the science. And it's really important. That's why I'm proud to be trained by ACHO. ACHO is a thorough examination organization for crystal healing. So if you're ACHO trained, you're doing well. Do say hello. Do say good morning. Do get involved. Good morning, Kay. I hope you're well, sweetheart. And Lapis is quite a popular stone, isn't it? It's quite common. It's quite out there. So if you've got a piece of Lapis, if you've connected with it, how do you feel with Lapis? Again, it's not just about me. It's about you guys as well and what you feel from it, or why would you work with Lapis? Why would you carry it around with you for, or sleep with it, or what situation are you in if Lapis is calling to you? Let me know. And then I'm going to good morning, Pixie. Hope you're well, sweetheart. Good morning, Anne-Marie. Hope you're well, love. So I'm going to delve down. We'll start with the science parts of it, and then we'll go and work into the spiritual side of it. Okay? So let me delve down. So these are the gorgeous pieces that we have of Lapis. Now the main colouring, the blue colouring, is lazulite. And there is another 2 crystals in Lapis to make it lapis lazuli. And you might see those gold flecks shining out. This is also pyrite. Pyrite is in Lapis, and the white is calcite. This is a beautiful lingam. Love holding a lingam. It's beautiful. And then the smaller pieces. So often found in Pakistan, India, and also Afghanistan. And what we would like to see in a good quality lapis is almost like this piece here. Good dark blue of the lazulite. Beautiful flecks of pyrite and not so much of the calcite. But that beautiful cobalt blue is what we like to see when we work with lapis. So that's just a few ideas of what lapis is. Morning, Mrs. Moo. Hope you're well, sweetheart. So if we look at the way the crystal is formed, the way that the crystal is made, it's in the isometric crystal system, or the cubic crystal system. Cubic, isometric, this is where the axes are of equal length, and then they intersect at right angles. So all three axes there are of equal length and intersect at right angles. And we have the cubic system, or the isometric, because we have many shapes coming from that. So we do have the cube in the isometric system, like diamond, fluorite, and pyrite. They form in the cube system. And then also diamond and fluorite, they can be in the octahedron. They can grow in that shape as well. Octahedron is the two pyramids that are stuck on the base. So that kind of true diamond shape that we get, that point. And then in lapis, we have the rhombic dodecahedron. And I'm going to show you another crystal that is in the rhombic dodecahedron. Apologies, they're only small, but hopefully you can see. This is the raw form of garnet. Garnet also forms in the rhombic dodecahedron. And I'm showing you the garnet because lapis rarely crystallizes. It rarely grows in this form. It likes to grow in a mass. And to be honest, I relate to that. Why grow tall and slender when you can just let it all out and grow as a mass? A little bit like rose quartz. Rose quartz, we always see raw chunks of rose quartz, big masses of rose quartz. It's very rare to find rose quartz grown in crystals like clear quartz, smoky, and amethyst. And it's the same as these. These just prefer to mass. But if they were crystallized, then they would look quite similar in the shape of this garnet. Garnet and lapis are both in the rhombic dodecahedron. Apologies that it's a small piece, but hopefully you get that gist. Okay. Okay, and then in the Mohs scale, the measure of hardness, which is important because measure of hardness, you get to know what crystals you can carry around together, which crystals you could put into a box, and if there's movement, there's not going to be much damage between those crystals because of their hardness. So the Mohs scale for lapis is between a 5 and a 6. And apatite, blue apatite, green apatite, that holds the 5 marker on the Mohs scale. So you could keep it with apatite. Apotholite, you could carry it around with. Hematite. The obsidians are all 5.5. So the volcanic glass, so snowflake obsidian, black obsidian, rainbow obsidian, and sodalite, which is another crystal that we can get quite confused, especially this piece of lapis here, because sodalite is another deep blue crystal with white patches. But what you need to look out for are the gold flecks. If there is gold flecks in it, then it's lapis. If there is no gold flecks, then it perhaps would be sodalite. Rhodonite as well is another crystal that you can keep with it. And also knowing the hardness means we know then what we can do to cleanse, to charge this crystal. And also another way to know how to cleanse and to charge is to look at the chemical formula. Now this is a biggie. This is quite a lot. It's a sodium, calcium, aluminium silicate. So you've got the Na there and the Ca, the sodium, the calcite, and then you've got the aluminium silicate. But then in the second part, in the second bracket, you've got the S there, the sulfur. And the sulfur comes from the bit of pyrite that is in lapis. So we don't want to be putting this in water, because sulfur and water, you can create sulfuric acid. So that is a big no, 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 no. And also, I mean, that's the big major thing, but also you would find that the pyrite will go very dull. It doesn't like water at all. So very important there. So that's perhaps why it's a long list of chemicals, because we have got the three different components coming together to make lapis lazuli. We've got the sodium in the lazuli, we've got the calcium in the calcite, and then we've got the sulfur in that, in the pyrite. So please do be careful cleansing this crystal. Please don't put it near water. So then that does bring us, now we know the Mohs scale. Now we know what chemicals are in this crystal. Okay, because also you've got to think, if you're healing with crystals, some crystals you don't want to be putting on bare skin. You don't want to be putting on natural skin, even ourselves. You know, if we're in bed and we just want to do a chakra layout, sometimes some crystals we don't want to be touching bare skin. We want to have a blanket over us, so there's no irritation, there's no interference. So chemicals is always a good thing to learn. It's always good to have that there. And then we come to the cleansing. So cleanse, smudge, bring out the smoke, light your sage sticks, light your incense sticks, and just run the crystals through that smoke. Give them a nice, good cleanse. Sound. I don't know if you can hear, but in the background, I've got Neil H. mandalas playing. That sort of music is a beautiful vibration. It's a beautiful frequency. So if you've got a mass of crystals, we can play something like this, and that frequency is just going to cleanse that room, set the vibration, cleanse those crystals. But if you've got individual crystals, then we can go with tuning forks, chime bars. If you come into our shop, or if you've seen us on our stall, you see that we use that metal chime bar to cleanse the crystal with. Singing bowls, tincture bells, even just bells themselves, you know. That's why I like having a shop bell in the shop, because that ding-a-ling-a-ling, even though it drives me insane, it does, that sound just breaks through the energy, cleanses it. So beautiful. Palo Santo, California white sage, yerba santa, whatever you like. Sometimes you might make your own smudge sticks with lavender, rosemary, sage from your herb garden. So beautiful, whatever you want. To charge, now this is up to you guys to charge. Personally, I like to use the sun because we've got those beautiful flecks of pyrite in this, and pyrite really loves being in the sun. But being in the UK, we don't really get much sun. So if you want to go by the full moon, then do so. There's no right or wrong with lapis. Obviously, with some crystals, there might be damage caused by the sun, but there's no problem putting lapis out in the sun, and there'll be no fires created within the sun. It's not see-through like quartz. So, but the moon, we can also do it. If you think, actually, I want to do the full moon, then you can. Full moon is a great way to charge your crystals. But remember, you only have to charge the crystals that you've been working with in that moon cycle. So either from the last full moon to the next full moon, or from the new moon to the full moon. Only charge those crystals that you've been working with. If you've not been working with them, then they'll still be charged from the last time. And you don't have to put them outside. You don't have to put them on your windowsill. We've got to think of safety. We've got to think of protection. You don't want to advertise in your windowsill your expensive collection of crystals. You don't know who's walking past. Same as outside. You don't want to be putting all your crystals outside while you sleep and then wake up in the morning and find them gone. It's all about intent. For me, when it's a full moon in the shop and at home, I just go round the crystals and I just say, it's a full moon tonight. May you charge. At home with my personal crystals, those that I've worked with, it's a full moon tonight. May you charge. And that's all I say. So those crystals that I've worked with in the shop, so the gridding board, the crystals that have been in the grid, the crystals I've used in workshops, they will charge with that intent. At home, any crystals that I've carried, I've slept with, they've charged. So that's all you have to do. So now we come to the spiritual side of it. The spiritual side. Let me pop up for this. I'll pop up for this bit. Oh, look at the comments. Let me just go through the comments. Good morning, Caroline. I hope you're still with us. Good morning, Leslie. Good morning, Siobhan. Jan. Good morning, sweetheart. Oh, I love the board. This is the pattern on the yantra board is the Atlantean water. So if I'm doing any healing or any gridding that I want to have a flow, that I want to bring a deep healing to, then I'll bring out the Atlantean water. I don't want to say the Atlantean water board because it sounds like it's like Southwest Water. Sounds like it's a water company. But yeah, this is on ash as well. Beautiful. So Pixie, I love using lapis in my jewelry. It is a beautiful night sky with the pyrite twinkling stars. It always feels such a peaceful stone. Yep. And that's why some people might feel drawn to using the full moon to charge lapis, because it does look like a night sky. It's so cosmetic. It's cosmetic. It's so cosmos. It's so like deep space. So definitely, yeah, if you feel that that is your draw to charge, then yes. If we get that rare occasion of having a sunny day, then whack it out there as well. Kerry McCarthy, top of the morning to you. Good morning, Norma. Absolutely. Who doesn't love lapis? Beautiful crystal. Okay, that's a lovely way of doing it. Yeah, you know, there is so much and so many people out there who, you know, when it comes to charging, when it comes to cleansing, they want you to stand on one hand and put your right toe in the northwest direction and overcomplicate things. You know, if we were, and I say this so many times, if I was, even my personal collection, if I was to put that outside or on the windowsill for a full moon, it'd be a new moon by the time I'd finished, never mind the shop. And what's the point in charging a crystal that you've not used? Why would you, you know, if you've not used your phone all day, if you charged your phone last night, you've switched it off, you've charged it, and all day today you've left it off, would you then tonight whack it on charge? No, because you charged it last night. It's been off all day, charged. Why would you do that? Why? Charge the crystals that you've used. Charge the crystals you've worked with. That's the best way. Simplify it. If you overcomplicate charging, if you overcomplicate cleansing crystals, then it becomes a chore. And then when it becomes a chore, we're not finding the fun. We're not finding the excitement. I mean, we cleanse our shop so many times a day. I think I do it twice before we open. I do it numerous of times throughout the day because I want people to pick up the crystals. I want people to connect, to feel. So touching the crystals is important. So we cleanse thoroughly throughout the day so the energies are still nice. So other people can hold them and not take on any other people's energies. But yeah, do what feels right for you, but don't make it a chore. Don't do things unnecessary. If they feel a bit, what's the point? Don't do it. Okay. So the spiritual, what do we use lapis for? For me personally, it's a third eye crystal. It's a beautiful crystal to use on the third eye to open up your spiritual gifts, to open up the spiritual realms. It's a great protection. It's a great protector. So if you are meditating, if you're somebody that goes out of body at night, or you do astral traveling, net in lapis or hold a piece of lapis because it is a strong protector. Really helps you to protect yourself while you're out of body, while you're working on a spiritual level. Same with clairvoyance, with card readers. If you're keeping a piece of lapis on your table while you're working with the cards, while you're connecting to people's loved ones, that just keeps a nice protective area for you to do so. So you can receive clear messages and you can read the clear interpretation of the cards. Some people will take lapis to the throat. That's absolutely fine. I'm not going to say no. I use it on the third eye. Some people use it on the throat chakra. And if you feel guided to do so, then do. And on the throat, it opens it up, brings it into balance, but really brings our awareness to the spoken word. Really helps it to own in that energy of what is it that you are saying, giving each word energy, power, and allowing us to understand that. So if we're doing affirmations, if we're doing mantras, hold a piece of lapis. So there is power, intent in those words. So we're really saying it, really understanding the power behind words. So we've got that, but then also we've got the other side of it where it will help us to realize, do you really want to say that? Because that can hurt. Words can hurt. Words can damage. Once spoken, it's very hard to take back. So it's a real, and again, I feel that that is a connection between the throat and the third eye, because we're also putting thought into those words and thinking, actually, no, that will destroy this relationship. That will destroy what we've got going on. So no. So lapis, yeah, is a beautiful visual crystal. Linked in with Archangel Michael. It's a visionary stone, and the energy of Archangel Michael we link to lapis. The sword, the protection that Archangel Michael holds, we link to blue kyanite. But for the vision, for that greater vision, for that bigger picture, visionary, what is it that you want to vision? Lapis is brilliant for that. So let me know what you use them for. What do you carry lapis for? It's a beautiful crystal. Nikki, lapis is one I've never used. See how you feel, because you're a tarot reader. See how you feel having a piece on your cards or on the table, and just allow that greater vision, really enhancing your psychic abilities, your psychic development to come through. Same as clairvoyance. Joanne, hello, sweetheart. I'm too scared to put them outside. Yes, absolutely. I mean, and this is it. I mean, this is my personal collection, my personal crystals I'm going to put outside. And what if they go missing? I mean, wow. I mean, when you work with crystals, when you sleep with them, you carry them, they become part of you, and literally, if you lose a crystal, I mean, how many of us have been working with a crystal and all of a sudden it disappears, vanishes? How lost do we feel when that happens? It's that, oh my gosh, what's happening? You just feel gutted, empty. And even though there are many pieces, if it's smoky quartz, say, there's many pieces of smoky quartz, but it was that piece that you just connected with, and no other piece gives you that energy that piece did. And that's when we've got a true bond, a true connection with that crystal. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing to have when we have a bond, a connection. So no, I wouldn't put them outside. Yeah, I'd be too scared as well, Joanne. I think it sounds like you need some as well. Definitely. Leslie, I have a lapis necklace. Gorgeous. So that is nice because it governs this area, throat to third eye. So wearing that necklace, it just governs that. Beautiful. Lisa, how are you, darling? Thought I'd lost mine, was gutted. There we go. There's that gutted feeling. Then I found it last week. Turns out I had put it in a safe pocket. Yeah, those safe spaces that we never seem to remember. Brilliant. I'm looking forward to working with it again this week. Beautiful. Yes. Yeah, and that is it. But that's it. When you lose a piece, that gut, that, oh God, that sinking feeling, that I've lost my left arm, I've lost my big toe. It's, yeah. Does lapis fade over time? Not that I know of, Jan. Not that I know of. I like blue lapis, but my mother had an antique lapis ring that was very greyish, and I found that it gave off unpleasant vibes to me. It might have just been more calcite in it than lazulite. So depending, if you've got that blue, Yeah, I've not had reports of, it's never come across to me that it fades, and I've never experienced it fading, so no, I don't think it will. So yeah, it might have just had more calcite in it, and yeah, that unpleasant vibes, maybe it needed a good cleanse. Maybe it might have been something that your mother had worn for a long time. Therefore, there's a lot of energy that we need to cleanse out of that. Um, so that is our morning, our week with this beautiful, beautiful crystal. I do love lapis. Very, if you like Egyptian, the Egyptian mythology, the gods, the goddesses, because the Egyptians loved lapis. They would wear it quite a lot. They would have it in their tombs. They would feel like it would be an opening to the afterlife. So as that soul travels, lapis protects that soul while it travels. So beautiful, beautiful crystal. And I'm glad that you enjoyed that. Lisa, exactly how I felt. Yeah, it is. It is that. Where's that gone? And sometimes crystals do disappear. Sometimes they reappear when we need them, or sometimes they go off and find somebody else. There's not much we can do about that. She inherited from her mother, so over 100 years old. Wow. Well, I don't have a piece that I've had for that long. So maybe, and if it was in a ring, maybe if they polished it, maybe it might have had a reaction to some of the cleaning fluid. Yeah, if it was over 100 years old, if it'd been cleaned and that was being done often, then that might have damaged it a bit, maybe. That might have been how it came to fade. Who knows? Beautiful. Right, guys, I am going to leave you there. It's 9 o'clock. So I'm going to let you enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Enjoy the rest of your week. I will be doing cards Friday morning. So I will have my card board. Even that sounds flattering, doesn't it? I'd have my board with my, I don't know how to explain it without it sounding like cardboard. You know what I mean. If you've joined me on Fridays before, you know I have my card spread board out. And we'll have 3 cards on each slot, and with a crystal on top. One of those crystals will be lapis, because it's the crystal of the week. We'll keep it going through. So I hope that you all have a great day, have a great rest of the week. Hopefully see you Friday, but if not, have a brilliant weekend. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for supporting me. Love you all lots. Love lapis. Get a piece. See how you feel with it. Bye-bye.